We're going into our news of the week, which is brought to you by Eagle Mortgage, eaglemortgagecompany.com. They are located physically at 114th and Davenport Street. And if you're thinking about buying a house, either in the immediate few weeks, or if you're thinking even next spring, this is the time to sit down with Holly Schneiderwind, or one of her mortgage brokers at Eagle Mortgage. They'll listen to you, figure out your unique situation, and then because they can shop a variety of lenders, a variety of banks, they can hook you up with the best lending solution for you. So Eagle Mortgage takes good care of you with that dream house or whatever it is that you're thinking about buying in. And you can find them, like I said earlier, at eaglemortgagecompany.com. Trenton, Nebraska Medicine held a groundbreaking celebration this week for its 125,000 square foot, 3-story Gretna Landing Health Center. Nebraska Medicine is partnering with our good friends Noddle Companies on this project. And this hospital health center will open to patients in the second half of 2027. It's all part of this Gretna Landing project, which is northwest of Highway 370 and 192nd Street.
Yeah, about 31 acres total. There'll be other buildings. There'll be complementary buildings and services. And this is just west of the world's largest Hy-Vee on 192nd and Highway 370.
That's world's largest Hy-Vee and theme park.
Yes.
Yeah, you forgot the part of their name.
I remember the time where they cleared out on rollers where they cleared out the fruits and vegetables, and the volleyball team came in and they put up fencing and they had an exhibition in there, the Supernovas. This was like a year ago. It was crazy.
You serious?
Yeah, they have that much room.
Oh, that's not a joke? Oh,
they have that much room in that. They can maneuver. It's a big IV.
World's greatest Hy-Vee and volleyball arena. Also in that same area, Gretna Landing, local Omaha real estate developer held a groundbreaking earlier this week for The Collection at Gretna Landing. This is one of those build-to-rent neighborhoods. It'll have 110 freestanding homes. The exact address is 19817 Ridgemont Street. That doesn't mean anything to anyone. Basically, it's just part of that Gretna Landing development northwest of 192nd and 370. But the development will include, a dog park, all the sorts of landscaping that the management company takes care of. 2- and 3-bedroom cottages alongside 3- and 4-bedroom houses with attached garages. But Trenton, that collection at Gretna Landing is like several developments we've seen in suburban Omaha, West Omaha lately, where they're rental units, but they're building them to look more like a neighborhood.
You know, it's interesting. It's a trend that's been around the country. A lot of times it's just slab on grade. Sometimes they have basements, probably around here because of tornadoes and things like that, or they have a common shelter. But they can have amenities like apartments. It's one common ownership. But D.R. Horton started that a couple years ago, northwest, 192nd, I think, north of Maple, I believe, and then closer to Fort. And then Spruce Development has a huge development northwest of West Center Road at 204th.
That's Airy Blue Sage is what that one's called.
They're going to start another one. They own a bunch of land right over by Applied Underwriters on 144th south of Pacific Street. So I haven't dug into it, but if they have permission, I don't know if they even have to split the lots, because if it's all common ownership, they take care of the lawns, they take care of all the exterior and probably some of the interior. It's a whole new food group, if you will, when it comes to housing. Now,
essentially, it's like a huge apartment complex.
It acts as an apartment complex. They can have the big pool and the common house or the
like the clubhouse.
Yeah, like a clubhouse, and so there's a lot of people that say, big companies and developers are causing people not to be able to afford homes and stuff like that. And let's face it, like it or not, a lot of people are more transient than they used to be.
Yeah, that is true. And we continue to have a housing shortage problem. Some people use the word crisis. I've used that from time to time. Maybe it is. I know it's a big problem. And we have an affordability problem. And one of the ways you address housing affordability is to create more housing, right? So it's good that we're doing that. Every time, though, we talk about these build-to-rent neighborhoods or even another apartment building going up in the urban core, we always get a lot of people complaining about the declining rates of home ownership. And I think that is a real problem. So we've got competing problems here in our society. We have, and in Omaha, we have some declining home ownership rates, but at the same time, we desperately need more housing units. So it's kind of a what do you do?
Well, I think the concern is people building their equity in their homes, which is one of the biggest asset they usually buy. And if they're not investing in the stock market or have other business and building worth, the concern is that people are just living paycheck to paycheck and not having a long-term goal.
That said, I think for the foreseeable future, you will continue to see construction of more of these build to rent neighborhoods, and you'll continue to see a lot of apartment construction. And but at the same time, if you drive the
they're nice.
They are. And if you drive the suburban frontier in western Douglas County or Sarpy County, you're still seeing crazy amounts of single-family housing construction as
Absolutely.
well. Well, looking downtown and changing gears a little bit, the CHI Health Center's Convention Center side will soon be undergoing renovation of its existing space. We've reported many times about how there's a huge expansion project going on the east side of the Convention Center side of the CHI. Well, now the existing CHI Convention Center part is going to be renovated. According to a recent city building permit, the existing convention center will receive updated wall paneling, acoustical treatments, wainscoting, baseboards. The restrooms are going to be upgraded. Additionally, operable partitions will be installed in the existing meeting and exhibit rooms that'll have better acoustic performance. These renovations are all part of an overall $200 million expansion and upgrade of the convention center. By the way, that expansion on the east side will total 94,000 square feet on a few different levels. A lot of steel beam work has been installed.
You can see it from the east.
And the overall project will be complete by the summer of 27.
Yeah, and let's face it, it's 22, 23 years now that place has been in existence, and I'm sure they've done some upgrades along the way, but they keep it nice.
Mecca does an outstanding job. But to give you a little perspective about how costs have increased.
Oh my gosh.
23 years ago, the entire complex, which includes a 19,000-seat arena, trade show space, convention center, all of that, everything was 300-some million.
Right.
The expansion of just 94,000 feet and some renovation work is now $200 million.
It's crazy.
Prices are definitely going up. Hey, here's a cool project. One World Community Health has topped out its newest building that's under construction. One World Community Health is in the Livestock Exchange area, in the shadow of the Livestock Exchange building, if you will, in South Omaha. They already have a couple buildings there, so this is a third one, an additional one. $17.5 million, 3 stories, 29,000 square feet. Interestingly, most of the funding for this comes from the state of Nebraska's $235 million North and South Omaha Recovery Grant Program. That particular building will be completed in 2026.
That's a great project, and they've been doing great work down there.
And lastly, we go to 144th and Dodge, where Northwest Bank has started construction on its 2-story, 20,000 square foot office building. The exact address is 14607 California. It's easier just to say northwest of 144th and Dodge. The construction site is 1.5 acres. It's in front of Bethel Synagogue. And the building will have 2 drive-through lanes, 68 parking stalls. Interestingly, Northwest Bank will consolidate its 3 Omaha area locations into that new building.
That's what stuck out to me is, obviously there's efficiencies there, but when you start seeing Chase Bank and Bank of America and all these banks popping up with freestanding buildings and adding locations, I always thought that with online banking and everything, there'd be less locations.
I thought the same thing. And the number of bank branches that have started construction in the last 2 years blows my mind.
Now, as a real estate broker, I love it.
Yeah, and as a show that talks about the growth and development of Omaha with a heavy emphasis on construction and real estate, we advocate.
And as a guy who has numerous pad sites for sale throughout Omaha, including next to the new Bakers at 204th and Q Street, just give me a call.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next segment, Trenton will read off every single real estate listing he has.
Only 27.
And give you details on each one, and that should wrap up the rest of the show.